Hello family, how we doing? I am here with with the sheep. And I'm just passing by to say that sometimes people will disagree with you. Sometimes people will agree with you. Sometimes people will make judgments about your character that you probably are gonna sit back and think, is this really what's happening? Like, am I really like that? Or did I really act like that? And I think it's important that we don't get reactive and instead just observe and respond. I think we need to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and understand where they're coming from, instead of being like defensive and like, no, I didn't do that, or blah blah blah, because I feel like that doesn't help the situation. What that does is it damages the relationship further. And when you then take that seat of the observer and you see the duality, you see how the person sees the situation, what really happened, and how you saw the situation then. I think it's important for us to understand that we haven't got control over how people perceive us. We haven't got control of how our actions are going to be perceived. But it's important to know where those actions that we've done, where do those actions came from? Why? Understand the why. Because once you understand the why, once you understand your intention behind the action, the situation, then you can express that to the other person and be vulnerable. Because the only way that we really are going to maintain or go past obstacles with people and whatever relationship it is, it could be professional, it could be romantic, it could be friendship, it could be anything, family. I feel like we need to be open enough to be vulnerable and have a conversation. It's okay that people are allowed to believe whatever they want to believe about ourselves, but it's to be open and honest. And it's because the non-duality and consciousness and all of that is great, because when you go really deep, then yes, it's, you know, your mind. So all of these things, they're not true, but they are, because I'm remembering I was talking to a friend recently and he was saying, oh, it's all an illusion. It is and it isn't. Because when you are in here, when you are working, or when you are with your family, you know these people, you've grew up with them, like they know you. There's a personality, there's a human in there. So it's no good to be saying, oh, it's an illusion, because it is and it isn't. So within that realm, I think what I'm trying to get is, like, we all have our ways to do things, we all have our rights and wrongs, even though some things are inevitably good, some are bad. In the most higher realms, they're not good or bad, they just are what they are. But let's keep it in this it's so hard to speak on these levels, because it just depends on which level you're talking about. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that you just need to know who you are. You need to know your intentions. You need to know where you're coming from. Do you come from love? Do you come from understanding? Do you come from compassion? Do you come from... Then you can be honest enough. Instead of being reactive, you can respond. You can have a conversation. You can be open and vulnerable, and just express your truth in that moment. And that gives the other person also an openness to listen to you and to consider, and to maybe... It doesn't really matter whether they change your opinion of you or not, but I think because we don't express and we're not open, we're not vulnerable, our minds are constantly working overtime. Oh, now he believes this, and now she believes that, and is this true? Is it not true? Whereas you can squash all of that by having a conversation. First with yourself, knowing, okay, is this true? Is this what happened? Or is it from their perspective? And once you know, once you then have this conversation, first with yourself and then with others, you can just be open, you can just be vulnerable, and you can just... And then it doesn't matter whether the other person still believes in that, because then you know. It just keeps you stronger within yourself to know that not everyone's gonna like you, not everyone's gonna hate you. It just doesn't matter. As long as you understand yourself as well, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be loved or respected, or no. If those things come from within, yeah, everything outside is just extra. So that's what I'm here for today, and to show you the sheep as well.